strong 5v5 if you engage into them. And I think their job is going to be stacking dragons, stacking objectives, forcing Cloud9 to come to them, and trying to punish them through that way. Otherwise, it's pretty limited. If you fall behind, I think you just kind of lose with these comps.
And another thing, too, with the Zilean is that one of the weaknesses of this champion are typically long-range poke. Because if you can poke out opponents on the enemy team and not commit to a full engage, then the Zilean Revive doesn't have nearly as much potential.
Trading ult for a rocket, doesn't feel that good.
If you're looking late game here, that's why I really like the last 2 picks of Cloud9. I think that was very intelligent correction in the later stage of their draft. I mean,
we even get the light show to kick it off. C9 versus FlyQuest coming into this week. Looking at these two teams, you would be thinking this one looks like a battle between two at the top of the table. FlyQuest unfortunately slipping a little bit so far. They would be enamored to have an awesome game here and really be able to say, hey, the last ones were a couple of slip-ups. We're still here to compete.
I mean, if they beat Cloud9, they still are right near the top of the table. They would be behind TL, but these are two teams that are up near that top, and FlyQuest definitely looking for that bounce-back game. They have a monstrously strong level 1, so I do like it invading with Braum Udyr. It's pretty unmatched.
So strong. Fudge just walking back and forth a little bit. Oh, the Winter's Bite over the wall. Decoy's going to get the stun on the Winter's Bite, but nothing else. So at least they get a little bit of damage onto him, but Fudge can disengage from it.
And because it's past a minute and 10 seconds here, Fudge isn't going to be able to go all the way back to base.
Your opponent.
Destroy the net.
Ah, yes, okay. Well, down here in bottom lane, we got a little bit of a scuffle over a Scuttle, as Jose and Blabber are both going to find one another here. The Scuttle Crab's going to be taken low. Looks like that one's going over to the side of Blabber, and it's Jose Dioto brought back to life by FlyQuest mid laner. C9 collapsing for the fight, and FlyQuest are about to collapse entirely. Afromu and Johnson both about to die. Berserker goes over the wall, but he does not have the range to catch his opponent. 2-1 for C9.
Yeah, Cloud9 kind of demolishing here.
Yeah, and the team gap creates the solo gap where it's like, you know, he's able to push with Reckless Abandon here. And you wouldn't think that you could actually skirmish against this Udyr and this Braum, but you know, Afro not able to get in there until pretty late. Everyone's kind of isolated, so it's essentially a 3v2 on the top side for Cloud9. The Zilean ulti has to be spent very early. And then when Jose comes back up, he's already still so low that it's just a full-on retreat. Berserker's going to be able to attack forward very, very comfortably. I don't know if he was looking for like a flash Q for the root over after, but that was still on cooldown, I think, and maybe didn't.
FlyQuest will get their first dragon in trade for this Rift Herald, but Cloud9 are going to force on Kumo. This is looking like a good dive.
Oh, it is indeed. Kumo had no chance. Chilling Smite with Devastating.
Quick trades and whittle down his opponents.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, no. Oh, Kumo's just going to face check the accelerated shock blast. He gets right back to lane and immediately has to deal with this. 100 HP, go right on home. Or will you?
He will.
Blabber's on the way. A horse is a horse, of course, and Blabber gets the kill. Jose Dioto's ready to try to answer him here, and a ghosted Udyr should have no problem sending Hecarim back to the glue factory.
All right, Summit says, hey, Summit is scary no matter what he's wearing up there. Bottom lane, though, there's the engage.
Okay, Afromu's going to tank it up for a while, and FlyQuest turn it right back around on a win. Samu's down to 400 HP. FlyQuest bringing in the backup now. Nice route to drive by CC. FlyQuest get 2.
And Johnson gets paid. Jinx excited is going to be able to earn another turret plate down for him.
The item in the third slot there, the Vamp Scepter, really respecting the fact that the poke from both Corki and Jace doesn't have a good solution in FlyQuest's composition, so that has to be made up for with the itemization. FlyQuest ready to challenge here for the Rift Herald. They'll run in. Looks like they're going to have a good shot at this. It's stolen away from Jose Dioto and FlyQuest. Nice response and no cost. They will have Johnson down into the Dragon Pit first. Jose Dioto right next to him. They will start this one up. Tukoi and Afromu are going to be in charge of trying to keep C9 away, but C9 seems unafraid. Blabber leading the charge. Takes a little bit of damage on his way in, but a TP's about to show up here for C9. Summit's ready to join the fight. They're going to bring Kumo in on the side of FlyQuest. Blabber takes a ton of damage here in the pit. He has to smite for his life. but the Dragon's gonna go over to FlyQuest and Jose Diodo. The Resurrection comes out to bring Johnson back to life. C9 still seeing if there's a fight to be taken here. Berserker goes forward. They're still trying to kill Johnson, but they can't quite get him. Jose Diodo with a nice body block there, and Summit still looking to cut off the escape. Such low health bars on both teams. Can they get out here to Koi? Oh, Summit just blows them up. The power of the side lane Jace. Blabber's gonna try to hold him in place a little bit longer. The damage pours through. Summit still on the back. The rest of Cloud9 cleans up the front. The pincer attack is complete. Kumo barely walks away, and C9 just picks FlyQuest apart on the back end of it.
FlyQuest may too. That does not get you any meaningful distance here in this game for the side of FlyQuest. They can hope that they'll be able to, continue stacking for later. 6,000 gold lead here currently for Cloud9 though, as Summit tries to escape.
Well, Decoy's ready with the TP. He flashes for the Everfrost root. They get the bomb stun. Decoy nearly dies in response. Super Mega Death Rocket even
poking you over the wall. It's all about C9's poke. And if you look down here, Fudge is going to come over to this area later on in the fight. He's just constantly poking away. Him and Summit, their job is to get them interested in the fight, poke them down, and then kite back over and over and over. And FlyQuest says, all right, we need to stop this, so let's hard engage, let's make something happen. But they just don't have the ability to actually lock them into a fight.
And it's really smart by FlyQuest. You see, Tukui buys them space. They burn down Blabber, forcing his smite to be early, so they know they can secure the Dragon Smite there for Jose. But then, as you're saying, after the Zillion ult is already used, and Fudge is pelting him with rockets, then Summit's also shooting the Shock Blast over here. This is the problem where you've got poke on both sides of you, and there's no escape for them. Summit, nicely done here, as he cuts off all 5 members, but nobody is strong enough on the FlyQuest team to run through Summit, and so they get dissected and pulled apart. Every member here going down. Then Kumo, at least he's able to flash that Shock Blast, and so you're trying to play around this.
Absolutely, and if your plan is to just play through
Okay, there's a pick! There's a pick!
You want to talk about a luxury? Winsome has the luxury of barely staying alive as Cloud9's getting stunned up underneath the turret. Berserker is already down, but Summit has joined the fight, so the fight ain't fair anymore. He's ready to go, and he will just eviscerate everyone on FlyQuest. FlyQuest begins this fight by killing the enemy AD carry, and it ends with a quadra kill for Summit.
Suck damn clean.
That was not any kind of an NA Jace that I've ever seen before.
I don't know what you guys are talking about to the current situation. That's all I'm saying, because here he is, pro view of Summit's Jace. Flashes on him for the first kill, and then a lot of damage is also set up here with Fudge trying to follow him, but man, Summit doing some heavy lifting this entire game, by the way.
Every single time when he's changed his form to actually amp the damage.
No, he doesn't get anything.
They didn't realize he didn't want that. That was a puppy dog chasing a tank right there.
You do not want to chase after this man.
Ah, dang. When your hopes of engage are the Udyr being super sped up and the Ghost is used, and you decide, even with 5 people
level
trailing.
18 Jace, I don't think I want this. He starts running the other way real fast.
Well, that level 18 Jace will continue pushing up the bottom lane. C9 has already broken the mid lane inhibitor turret. Mid lane inhibitor is exposed. Blabber's sticking around to keep those minions enchanted, make sure they have that extra pushing power. However, Fudge goes back to base. He has teleport to rejoin the rest of the team. You can see him coming back into the enemy jungle now through there. Cloud9 also on soul point now. Cloud9 continuing to get as much as they can out of the remaining 60 seconds or so here on this Baron. Jose Diodo moves forward, but without the Ghost, he's not really that much of a threat of getting onto these guys. They're not that afraid of him. They just step right back in. They clear out their second inhibitor turret with Fudge locked and loaded, recently purchased, ready to go. He's able to provide the threat back in mid. 2 different inhibitors about to fall down at the same time. Fudge takes a little bit of damage, and Cloud9's ready to go in. Johnson wants to get away. He'll disengage for now, but Decoy is dead before he can even ulti. FlyQuest will join him, and Cloud9 wraps this one up.
That'll do it. Triple kill there for Berserker. The Infernum ulti cleaning up FlyQuest as Cloud9 are cruising. Will tie Team Liquid for first.
Super week for Cloud9. Holy moly, this team is hot. 3-0, and all of them full control from this squad. They are looking definitely better than ever.
This was an awesome game for Cloud9. It felt like a pretty big difference even from draft. You guys talked about how it felt like C9 had more weight.